Now after we have connected our device and we have checked by ADB devices that my mobile is connected, you can copy this UDID so that we can use this UDID in our Java program. So we can open a notepad and here you can copy it for the future purpose. Now we have to start the APM server which we have installed in our last class. So you have to just write double PIUM APM on the command prompt and it will start the APM server which we had installed in our last class. Mute कर लो अपने आप को. Okay. So we have installed the APM server in our last class. So now when we write APM enter, so it will it will start the APM server on your system. Now next thing is that we have to write a Java program. For writing a Java program, again we will be creating a Maven project. Create a simple Maven project. Next, say Subhash APM. Any name you can give. Parent project empty. Click on finish and we have created a Maven project. Inside pum.xml file, add the dependencies and you can add the dependencies for Selenium because if we are using the APM, then APM will not work without Selenium. So we have to add the Selenium library. So I will search for the Selenium because without Selenium, APM will not work. So you have to add Selenium also. So we will add the Selenium Java. Then we have to add APM library. For APM, we have to search Java client. Java client. So it is a client application. So when you search Java client, you will get this option io.apm. So this is the APM library. Copy the XML code and again add the dependency. So Selenium library we have added, APM library we have added. Then I told you that we can create the test framework by using testng library or by using Cucumber library. So similarly in APM also you can use testng framework or Cucumber framework. So you can choose any one of them. So let me add one Cucumber framework because I told you Cucumber is easier to use and it has more uh, features like we can write a document file in it, so it will be more convenient. So I will use, so you can use testng also as per your choice. Could write Cucumber Java, then again io.cucumber, select the version, copy XML, save, and Cucumber JUnit. IO.cucumber JUnit 4. Okay. So these are the dependencies we have added. Other dependencies, if you want to add, is Excel connectivity, same like we have done in our previous examples. Or you want to take the screenshot, you can add Commons IO. If you want to add it, you can also add it. For example, I want to add Commons IO. That is, you can also use the same library which we were using in Selenium for taking the screenshot. You can add Commons IO. If you want to, like Cucumber generates its own report, but if you want to create your own report, then you can use extent reports also. So you can use extent reports for Selenium. So we have added all these dependencies, and then you can build this particular project by clicking on project clean. So it will build this project and all add all the dependencies. So everything is same except that we have added the APM library also. Everything is same. Now if you want to use test this thing Cucumber, then you have to add test JUnit library. So right click on your project, uh, build path, add libraries, JUnit, next, JUnit 4, and finish. Okay. So same thing which we have done up till now, same thing we are doing. Now again I will go to src test Java and create a new package by the name of core. Everything is, and again I will create a new package by the name of test cases. Okay. Now, like we have created page.java where we were writing open browser and close browser. Similarly, here also I will create a new class and I can give the name of the class like I was giving the name as page, which page to test. Similarly, here you can give the name as app, which app you want to test. And like I was giving the name open browser, close browser, you can give the name of the method as launch app. Launch app to launch the app, and close app to close the app. But now one problem is that when I was writing Selenium, so I was writing browser comma URL. which browser to launch, which URL to open. But when we are automation of application, so in application there is no browser, there is no URL. So there are two kind of the applications. One is native application which does not require internet, like calculator app, calendar app, gallery app, your phone book app, which does not require any internet connection, that are called native apps. And another are called hybrid apps. Hybrid apps means which require the internet connection, like Facebook app, WhatsApp, or some other apps like your Amazon app. So again, if I'm working on Amazon app, so when I was working on browser, then I was opening the browser and I was writing the URL www.amazon.in. But when you are working on a mobile, in mobile you do not write www.amazon.in. It is installed on your mobile. You have to just launch it and it will open up. So now the problem is how to launch that particular app. To launch the app, what we require the package name and the activity name. What is the package name and what is the activity name? When the Android developers are developing their mobile application, so they use some package name. Like here we are using in our program also, we are using a package name by the name of core or test cases. Similarly, when the developers are developing the mobile applications, they are also using the Java program for the development. So they also make some packages. Okay. So we have to get the package name. What is the name? What is the package name of the application which I want to launch? And similarly, I have to get the activity name. So now what is the activity name? When we launch the application, I get the first screen. That particular first screen which I get has some Java program name. Like we have a index.html, home.html. So similarly, the first page which is launched has a activity name. So we have to get that particular activity name. So it means when I want to launch the app, I require three things. First thing, I require package name. Second thing I require is activity name. And third thing I require is the mobile UDID on which I want to launch the app. So for launching the app, I require three things: UDID, activity name of the application which I want to launch, and the package name of the application which I want to launch. Now UDID I have already retrieved. UDID I have already retrieved by using this ADB command. But how to get the activity and package name? For that, you have to again open the new command prompt, and in this new command prompt you have to write a d b shell, shell. This is the command, adb shell. When your mobile is connected, you have to write this. Or even if your mobile is not connected and you are using the emulator, then you have to start the emulator. Same process which we have discussed. You can use a real-time device, you can use the emulator. Then when your emulator is working, then again you can use this adb shell. And when you write adb shell, it starts blinking. Then on your mobile, like I have this is my mobile. Just a second. This is my mobile. Okay. So on my mobile, say I open uh, this calculator app, this one. And now I want to get the package name and activity of the name of this calculator app. So first of all, this particular app must be open on my mobile. And after that, we have to write this command. After writing adb shell command, I have to write this command on the command prompt. Dump sys window pipe symbol grep dash e or m current focus. This is the command you have to write. And it is a case sensitive command. E should be capital and m current focus, C and F should be capital within single quotes. And when you click on enter, you will get this package name. This is the package name. This one is a package name. And this one is the activity name. So I get the package name and activity name, which I can copy. And again, I can store it in my notepad for the future purpose here. Similarly, for example, again, I want, say, I want to open some another app. Say, I want to open this Shopsy app. So first of all, your app should be open on the mobile. Then again, go to the command prompt and again write same command. Term sys window grep m current focus. Now you see, it is giving me the package name and activity name for this app. Again, you can copy and you can store it in your notepad for your purpose. So this one is a package, this one is the activity name, this one is a package, this one is the activity name. So similarly, any app which you want to test, which you want to launch, you can just open it on your mobile, or on your emulator also. It's not like that you have to open it on your mobile only. It can be emulator also. And then go to the command prompt, write this command m current focus, first of all adb shell, and then after adb shell, this m current focus. And you see, now it is giving me the package information for Facebook and the activity name of Facebook. Any app you can use. So I'm just showing you. Like again, if I say I close it and say I open some another, it can be native app also, like messages. These are my messages coming. So this is also an app. Again, M current focus. Now you see, it is giving me the package name, messaging, and the activity name. So anything, any application which is there on your mobile, maybe it is native or maybe it is hybrid, you can just, using this command, you can just get the package and activity name, which I will be using in my program. So I will exit this. Okay, I will exit this command prompt. And now, as I have already used this particular copied this notepad, so I will now write a code. Like in Selenium, there was a Chrome driver class, Firefox driver class. Similarly, here we have a Android driver class. So I will make a variable public static Android driver is equals to null, like this. Like I was using web driver is equal to null. Similarly, I'm using Android driver is equal to null. Android driver. Okay. And then I have a added this driver UI automator automator 2. This is a driver which we have added. Okay. So this UI automator 2 driver has a class. which I will copy from my previous example. Okay, this one. UI Automator 2 options is a class for the driver where we are setting our UDID. In this UID Automator 2 driver, we are setting the information that what is my UDID, what is my device name. Device name can be Android emulator, anything. What is my package name? So you're passing the parameter like, so whatever the value you will pass over here, it will pass over here. So what is your package name? What is your activity name? It will be passed from here. Then what is your timeout? That is how much time your application is taking to load, timeout. Then no reset true, that it will not reinstall the app. It is already installed app. And then force app launch. So it will launch the installed app. So we have set this capability in UI Automator 2 options. And then we have initialized driver is equal to new Android driver. And in this new Android driver, we have to pass, now this APM server is running on this port 127.0.0.14723. This is the port on which this APM server is running. So we have to connect to this APM server, and this is my APM client. So we have written new URL http 127.0.0.14723. This is the port number, and we have passed options object with it, comma options. So we have initialized this particular driver, and we have to throw the exception. Now, if I want to use the external XPath, so like we have done in our previous page factory dot init elements driver, this for using the external XPath like we have done in Selenium. And like we have done in Selenium, if the element is not available, we have to wait for the element. That is, we have to add the implicit wait. So similarly over here, so everything is, you see, more or less same. Driver dot, so you are using the Selenium library also. Driver dot manage dot timeouts dot implicitly wait, duration of seconds, say 40 seconds. So like we have written open browser one time, we have written launch app one time, like we have written page.java, we have written app.java. Okay. And if you want to close the app, same thing, driver dot quit will close the app. So I have written these methods. Okay. Now, because this is my Cucumber project, so I told you in Cucumber, you have to add a document file. So I will go to the resources, right click and new package by the name of feature. And inside feature, we have to create a dot feature file, new file, document dot feature, and then you have to write a scenario. You can give any name like project document. Like this. You want to run this scenario. So for example, I want to run a calculator test. So I will write I will annotate this scenario as at the rate calculator. And in at the rate calculator, what I want to do, I want to test the sum functionality, whether it is sum is doing or not. So at the rate calculator, at the rate sum, scenario sum function test. Now what you want to do, given I launch package. From here you want to pass the data. So package which I have already retrieved for the calculator, I can copy from here, Control C, pass. Given I launch package and activity, again we have already retrieved the activity name. You can take it from here. And then on UDID, again we have already taken the UDID. So again I can copy it from here. So Cucumber, I have already discussed how to pass the data from feature file to the test case using the double quotes. So first is the given condition, I launch this package. Now when I enter number, say number 1, and click plus, and I enter say number 2, one more, and click equal, then sum must come. So I have written a simple scenario. Given I am launching the calculator app, for that I require the package name, activity name, and the UDID. When I enter number 1 and click plus and enter number 2 and click equal, then sum must come. Simple, I have written the steps. This is my document file. Now, in the test cases, we have to write the runner class. runner. Runner class will run the feature file. No main method, no constructor. Runner. Runner class, we do not write anything in between runner class. It is empty. And we have to write the annotations before the runner class. At the rate run with cucumber dot class. All these things we have already discussed. So these are the two annotations which you have to add. And inside the cucumber options, you have to give the location of your feature file. So I will take it again from my previous project for cucumber. Uh, like we have done uh, Subhash cucumber. You can copy from here. So here we have written features is equal to location of my feature file, src test resources feature document dot feature, src test resources feature document dot feature. Then what I want to run, I want to run at the rate calculator annotation. This one. So even if you use at the rate calculator, because I have written only one scenario, so it will search for at the rate calculator and it will execute it. So no need to write the sum. Sum only we require when we are passing, by writing more annotations and we want to filter that I want to run this only. So I can use just calculator. That is I want to run the scenario with at the rate calculator. And it will search for the implementation in this package name, test cases. And this is the plugin for the package. Okay. And dry run monochrome true means if implementation is not there, it will not run and it will give you the suggestion for the implementation. So this is my runner class. So now when I run this runner class, runner.java, it will search for this annotations at the rate given, at the rate when, at the rate then. And if it is not available in this test cases, it will give the error message. Right click, run as JUnit test. You can retrieve these error failure in your console. Click and it will be copied on your console. From there, you can copy the suggestion and then you can go to your test cases. You can write new class calculator test. No need for main method and paste it. So this particular document is converted to the step definition file. This is called step definition file. At the rate given, at the rate when, at the rate then, control shift O, package will be imported. And now it will take the data as a parameter, this one package, activity, and the UDID. So it is automatically taking parameters, 1, 2, and 3. You can rename them as package name, activity, and UDID. Okay. Now we have already written a code in my app.java here to launch the app. So like we were inheriting page, similarly I will use extends app. So when I extends app, these particular launch app method I can inherit, like I was inheriting open browser. So I will call this launch app, and like I was passing the data, Chrome and URL. So similarly, I will pass this data package name, which I am getting from document.feature file. Then activity name, and then UDID. So it will pass the value and it will launch the app like this. Throws exception. So right now I'm just launching the app. I'm not clicking on any number. So I'm just keeping it blank, because right now I'm just showing how the application is launched. So I'm just keeping it as a empty methods only. Later on I will add it. Okay. So I will add how to click and how to do everything. But before that, I'm just launching the app. Okay. Now, again, I will run this program. Now, if you see on my mobile here, no app is opened up. No app is opened. Okay. And my APM server is already running. If APM server is not running, then your Java program will not be able to connect to this and it will not execute. So you have to start this APM server first and then runner. Notice launching the app. So everything was correct. Only the version was the problem. Similarly, uh, like again, I will go to this document.feature, and again I will create one more test at the rate say shopsy scenario, say search test. I want to search something on the app. So again, G should be capital given. Your language should change. I open instead of launch. I open pack package, again package name, activity, again activity name, on UDID, UDID name. So if you so I had also taken the Flipkart Shopsy project. So hybrid project or native project, again package name, activity name, and the UDID is same. given condition. Then when I click search but search button, when I click on search button and search product, say mobile, then search results must come. So simple, I have written one scenario that when I open this Flipkart and I click on search button and search mobile, then I should get the result for this mobile. So again, this is a Shopsy test. So again, I will go to the runner class. Now instead of calculator test, I want to run this Shopsy test. So I will use SHOPSY. So it will run this @Shopsy test, not calculator test. @Shopsy. Okay. So again, when I run it, save. When I run the runner class, it will search for the implementation. And if the implementation is not found, it will give you the error. You can copy this error on the console. Again, copy it, write a new test like new test, new class, say search test. No main method. Control Shift O. Same extends, like you are extending page, extends app. Same launch app which we have already created. And now it will take the package name and activity name from Shopsy. So like calculator app, now we are launching another app. Other things we'll keep blank. We will use it in our next class. Again, run it. So now again, I run runner class. So it should launch. Where it has gone. Just a second. So it has launched on my app. And let me see where it has gone. Just a second. So you see, it has launched this particular app. Okay. So in that way, we can launch any kind of the app on our